Hey guys, at kamusta mga Pinoy Rangers out there? My name is Kryz and this is Ranger Force Roundup. To begin this episode, some startling news that happened last week. For those of you who haven't heard, someone tried to kill Jason David Frank at a convention this past weekend. I mean, you hear stuff like this all the time, but when it's close to home, in a way, in the franchise that you're heavily involved in, it's pretty shocking and scary. So this guy named Matthew Sterling went to Phoenix Comic-Con dressed as the Punisher. So he was wearing a lot of guns and an arsenal full of weapons on him. And he wanted to shoot a lot of police officers there, but his main target was of course Jason David Frank. And he would have gotten away with it if it weren't for a girl named Reiko Dig, who informed security just at the nick of time. Now apparently Reiko Dig and Matthew Sterling met during 2014 and they sort of stayed in touch. That's how Reiko found out of his intentions of shooting Jason David Frank. He texted her and told her his plans. Thank God that Reiko didn't just see this as empty threats and she really informed security during that day. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer, you know. I for one love going to conventions. I met a lot of great people during these cons and some of them I still keep in touch and I actually consider them one of my good friends. These conventions feel like home to me and just hearing this news is pretty sad and shocking. You wouldn't think that something like this would ever happen, but it did. You know, if you're a cosplayer who has weapons or requires a weapon for your cosplay to be complete, I think it's okay to make the sacrifice of just leaving the weapon home. I mean, I don't think it would take away from the enjoyment of cosplaying your favorite characters or from hanging out at a convention if you didn't have your weapon. I'm hoping from now on that conventions would take this seriously and the con goers would also make the sacrifice and take this thing seriously, because a lot of people could have gotten really hurt. So hopefully we all try to be responsible con goers, yeah? So I know we started off very seriously. So to end this episode on a positive note, I wanted to interview and feature someone who I think most of you would recognize from my past skits. Her name is Kryz Uy and she was from my fan film named Ranger Fit. So as far as I know, that video has reached over 3 million views already. Awesome! So before we go to the interview, here's a short clip for those who haven't seen it yet. Enjoy.
It's morphin' time! Dragon Sword!
Kryz.
Hello, Zordon?
There's been a syncing error in the morphing grid with regards to your suit. To be completely honest, you're getting a bit fat.
Fat?
I'm sending over a personal trainer to help you get back to Ranger Fit.
Hi Kryz, I'm Kryz and I will be your personal trainer for today.
Hey guys, so I'm here with my friend and fashion blogger Kryz Uy.
Hi! What is up? I'm back!
Yeah, I know. So for those who don't know who you are, can you please introduce yourself to the people out there?
Hi, my name is Kryz Uy. I am a fashion, travel, beauty, and lifestyle blogger. Lahat na lang na kinuha ko.
Yeah.
I'm from Cebu, Philippines, but I'm visiting Manila and here I am spending time with my good friend Kryz.
Yeah. So obviously my first question is, are you a Power Rangers fan?
Of course I'm a Power Rangers fan. I mean, who isn't, right? I don't have much memories of Power Rangers. I remember always fighting with my sisters and my cousins, like, no, I'm yellow, no, I'm pink, ganyan, so.
When I asked you to be part of my skit, what was on your mind? Like, out of the blue, biglang Power Rangers? What?
Yeah, I was really confused because I didn't know anything about cosplay or like, I was in a completely different world. I was in the fashion world. But when I saw your videos, I was really amazed. So I'm like, oh, this guy is really funny and cute. And I'm sure like my nephews really liked your videos. Yeah, so I'm like, yeah, sure. That'd be fun. Something different. I love doing different things naman.
Alright, a fun question. What current superhero would you want to trade places for a day?
Siguro Iron Man.
Wow!
Iron
Why?
Man, yeah. Because he's cool. Like, he's just a normal dude. He has so many gadgets and so many things that he can play with. If you're Spider-Man, it's kind of like weird because you're into spider. I mean, you're not into spiders, but like you have things coming out of you. But if you're Iron Man, like
you can still be normal.
You can still be normal, you can go out,
mean,
but you have all these toys to play with and
There's
it's
nothing
new
wrong
every day.
with what happened to your body.
I mean, meron naman
Yeah.
siyang dito, diba?
Yeah,
But
he's rich, so it's always nice to have stuff.
always nice to have stuff. And it's always new. His gadgets are
Yes.
always new, so it's always interesting.
So speaking of superheroes and superpowers, do you have like a hidden talent that could be considered as a superpower?
Oh my god, ito.
Okay.
I can put on false eyelashes while driving.
Oh my.
And that's like difficulty level intense. Like, ganun siya. So,
What about if you were given a choice to have a real superpower, like comic book levels? What would be your pick?
honestly, ever since I was a kid, I always wanted to learn how to fly. And I thought it was possible talaga when I was younger.
Me too. You know, I made
really thought-
yung yellow pad pa. I got like so much paper and, you know, taped them lang and then made them as wings.
Oh
and
my
I was just
god,
outside.
that's so funny.
Come on! Make this work! But yeah, flying is...
Ako di naman ganun. Pero,
As a YouTuber, what are your basic do's and don'ts when, you know, filming something or when you're editing something?
I think first and foremost, yun talaga, if you want to get into YouTube, you should really want to do it
Exactly.
for you. Yeah. Kasi honestly, it takes so much time and effort, right? So if you're not into it, and if you're only doing it for the money, you're just gonna get stressed out and you're just gonna quit. So
Yeah. So Kryz, thank you so much for being a part of my new show.
thanks for having me. I'm happy to be here.
And it's just amazing. We were just talking about this a while ago. You were my first collab mate that was not into the geek or cosplay. So, and we did something fitness related, which is not really something you think about when you do Power Rangers. And a lot of people really liked it. It's now 3 million plus views, so
Wild.
I know. If you'd like to plug anything,
Okay, so if any of you guys out there are interested in fashion and beauty
I'm sure.
and travels, then do check out my channel. You can also hit me up on my blog. Oh, and also, ta-da-da! I published a book with ABS-CBN Publishing, and Kryz was actually the first one.
Yes.
He went into the bookstore, saw the book, and sent me a photo of him buying it. And I'm like, oh my god, it's out!
I'm like, I didn't know you had a book. And then she was like, I didn't even know it was out.
I didn't know it was out. So like right after you texted me, I went to the bookstore. I'm like, it's not yet available here. Check it out. It's all about my life. Fashion, beauty, and tips if you want to be a blogger, Instagrammer, or maybe even YouTube star.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Bye.
So there, hope you guys enjoyed this episode. And remember, use the hashtag RoundUpTheForce if you want me to feature someone, something, or anything geek or ranger related in the next episode. Also, do check out my past video where movie version Rita Repulsa meets Lord Draken. So thanks again for your support. Please subscribe to show your support. I'll see you guys next week. And this was my Ranger Force Roundup.